In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get started with making a grid for your picture. As you can see, this is the musician I chose to go with. I will help you once you have this black and white copy. I will take it to the paper cutter and trim it down. Maybe there's some parts that you don't want to include. For me, I took off this part of the necklace. I trimmed it over just a little bit to make it interesting. The first step that I want you to do is to measure, okay? You're going to figure out what the measurement is. I rounded to 6.75 here by 8.5. Okay, you're going to write that on the back as I did here. You may not be able to see it well. 6.75 by 8.5. Okay, this board, this poster that you gessoed last time is 11 by 14 inches. Okay, I need to figure out how am I going to make my picture, how am I going to get this to be the same ratio. So it's the same. You can see I began mine already. There's some lines. I need to figure out how to make 6.75 and 8.5 enlarged so that they'll fit into, so I'm using this board to its maximum. Okay, so I need to figure out how do I enlarge this. If I were to multiply by 2, okay, I can make it real easy using the calculator. If I multiply by 2, 6.75, this is if I doubled mine, times 2 is going to be 13.5, okay? That is too big to fit into 11, obviously. 8.5 would end up being 17, too big. All right, so I'm going to multiply by 1.5. I'm going to change it, see if 1.5 times larger will work. 6.75 times 1.5. I get 10.1, okay? So that will work on this side. And 8.5 times 1.5, that gives me 12.75, okay? That will also work. Those are the measurements we're going to stick with. From here, I'm going to move this picture aside. This paper here I know is 11 by 14, okay? I want to go, let's see how I did this. I want to do 10.1. I came here, I marked that place. I'll go over it so that you can see 10.1 here. Line it up nice and straight. And I want to go 12.75 on my longer side. Okay, so I'm going to line this up, 12.75, and get this nice and straight. Okay, so this should be the same, it should look the same from this particular shape. If you've got a real square one, you're going to be real square on this one as well. We don't need to cut this off yet. We'll wait till the end. You can test your paint colors here later, so it's no big rush to trim that just yet. From here, you're going to fold this 4 times. Okay, so whatever you call it, hamburger, hot dog, we're going to fold it 4 times back and forth. When I open it up, there will be 16 equal parts. You want to try to make it a little bit nicer than I did. I'm rushing through this, okay? When I open it, like I said, you should have 16 equal sections, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 down, right? I need to divide, make a grid on this one. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to find my halfway point first. So if I'm at 10.1 here, 10.1 is going to be roughly just 5, okay, just barely over 5. If I divide 5 in half, okay, if you're struggling, use your calculators. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, okay? 2.5 plus 5, if I need to find I'm quartering this, okay? So I'm going to have 4 sections across. 2.5 plus 5 is 7.5, okay? Mark there. Turn your paper, and you can draw these lines. I would not draw these very heavy on the inside. You don't need them to be. You're going to end up erasing them before you paint. So just do them fairly light. And one more. All right, from here, 12.75, okay? I can just start right on this line. 12.75 divided by 2 is going to be 6.3. If this is 6.25, I'm going to say 6.3 is right there. 6.375 divided by 2 is 3.1. Okay, 3.1 plus 6.3 gives me 9.48. We're going to call that 9.5. Make it nice and easy. Okay, so now I've got my 3 going this way. I will line my ruler up, make it nice and straight, get my light lines drawn. All right, that is how you grid. I have 16 equal parts here. I will begin section by section, okay? I do not want you looking at the whole thing all at once. I want you starting with one section at a time. If I look at this top corner here, I'm going to judge where her hair starts here and where it goes to about here. I might say, this is probably about here to where this is going to start, and it comes over to not quite halfway, maybe here, and I'm going to figure out what that shape, how that bends, okay? If you have any trouble figuring this out, you can divide this again into 4 sections. Come here, divide it into 4 sections so that you can figure out the exact placement. I will continue on the next demo teaching you section by section how to grid.